Can this wait, NO? I've got 7 bioscans left.
Patrols report a 50% increase in blaster malfunctions.
Okay, set up a meeting with the staff sergeant. And blast it, tell me when guests are here.
Acknowledged.
Science Commander Keikana Herot, Regional Supervisor for the House Organa Garrison. Glad you made it.
I take it things haven't been easy.
You've got no idea, believe me. Saw the report on how you handled the Wolf Baron and House Thule. Hoped you could help us out here too. This area used to be a staging point against House Ulgo. Usurper General calls himself King of Alderaan, but Ulgo outplayed us.
You said the Ulgo leader calls himself king?
King Boris Ulgo. He's held off Organa and Thule on his own. Military power and dirty tricks. Alderaan has a native species called the Killiks. Insects. Hive mind. Semi-intelligent. House Ulgo turned them against us. The bugs swarm, rip apart walkers, whole battalions.
Is Ulgo controlling the bugs somehow?
That's what I'd like to know. I was drafted as science commander to find the Killiks' weakness, but I need a task force to get inside enemy territory. If you can capture a living specimen, I can learn how Ulgo makes the nests attack, and stop all this at once.
If you've got a strategy, lay it out.
Killiks can absorb prisoners into their hive mind. The victims are called joiners. You'd need to assault Killik territory, subdue a joiner under fire, and bring him here for interrogation. This tranquilizer will keep him docile.
Assuming I can capture a joiner, is that all?
Hey, we're losing this fight. If we don't solve the Killik problem soon, this place will be overrun. You're our best hope, and there'll be no second chance.
I know you, the savior of House Teral. You must help us. Alek Teral of House Teral. We have an enclave not far from here. Peaceful, secluded. It's a place of study. Then the Killiks found us. Came crawling in the doors, the windows, the walls. The enclave was destroyed.
I didn't know the Killiks preyed on noble houses.
They're scavengers. Disgusting bugs taking advantage of Alderaan's troubles. Our only defense was a few insecticide mines, but there was no warning, no time to activate them. Bryn, our groundskeeper, tried to distract them anyway. The Killiks, well, there's not much left of him now.
No one deserves to suffer like that.
Their claws ripping his flesh apart, feeding on his innards. Give me a moment. We can't abandon House Teral. We have to salvage what we can before the Killiks or the Empire get to it. We're not soldiers. Those insecticide mines are our only weapon, and they're sitting dormant back at the Enclave with those bugs.
It takes intelligence to overrun a sentient colony.
Sentients don't eat people. The civilized ones, anyway. The insecticide mines shouldn't be hard to activate. Once they're online, we'll have a chance. But do be careful. Those bugs don't understand surrender.
Programmed. That's quite enough of that. haven't heard of us. Just as I programmed. Quite enough of that.
Your insecticide mines are online. The Killiks should clear out soon.
You have no idea what this means to us. The thought of their talons on our prized heirlooms. We'll get word to the main house. Hopefully they can send some reinforcements. I thank you for this.
You got one? Fantastic. Containment protocols, Enno.
What have you done to us? We've strayed from the nest.
Good. If he can talk, he can tell us why the Killiks are attacking, and how House Ulgo is controlling them.
You said he's been brainwashed?
Killik pheromones bond with chemicals in the brain. Long-term exposure has other physiological consequences, too.
We remember when we lived among you. Before joining the kind, there was only isolation.
I'm going to run some scans. Hey, tell us, why the aggression? Is Ulgo supplying you? Scaring you?
There is such pain now. The song of the universe is disrupted. The warriors are angry, and we swarm.
I don't understand. You say there's pain.
We feel the agony. Your species is responsible. We must swarm.
There's a lot of neural activity. He is hurting. Must be his connection to the hive mind. Not sure why.
Your people drag us to your pain factory beneath the mountains. You must be dissected and absorbed.
Where are Killiks being taken?
The tunnels. So close. We can sense them now.
Enno, take him to a cell.
When we come, you will join with us.
We have our answer. Ulgo is torturing Killiks on our land, driving them against us. Take out the Ulgo pain factory, and you free up almost all our troops.
Suppose you're right. What's our next step?
There's a cave system nearby. Ulgo troop levels are high, and we've spotted Killiks too. Place is a death trap. No one gets near it. It's got to be the pain factory. If you get inside, destroy the Ulgo forces and contact me. Let's stop that swarm.
Isn't your day? Just as I programmed. That's quite enough of that. Indeed. Just one moment, Jedi. Us. Must be a weakness. Scientists. Must be a weakness. Something you want? An autograph? A diagram on a napkin? Haven't heard of us. We are ready when you are, Jedi. Why are people on this world so unreasonable? heard of us. That's quite enough of that.
Jedi! Alert base and assume battle positions. Retarget the torture droids. Release the Killiks if you have to. We can take the enemy's very best.
I know you turned the Killiks against House Organa.
You don't know anything about this, Jedi, and you're never going to learn. For House Ulgo! For the crown!
Now, just as I programmed. That's quite enough of that.
If it isn't my favorite strike team, tell me you found the Ulgo Pain Factory.
Dead Ulgos, dead Killiks, dead Joiners. I'd say I found it.
Fantastic. I wish I could have come along, but I know my limitations. Ulgo's going to have a hard time riling up the Killiks now. Gives us breathing room. Of course, it'd be a shame to let all that tech go to waste, but Ulgo learned a few things about the bugs.
Sounds like you got something in mind.
I might be able to replicate the Ulgo experiments, bring the Killiks onto our side. See if you can salvage the data and equipment.
I'll do what I can. Hope you get some use out of this.
If we can't turn the Killiks, I'll at least grab the combat routines off the torture droids. Might help us play defense. You should get out of there. Meet me at the command post for a debrief. The strike team destroyed the Ulgo facility. Killik attacks have fallen by 40% already.
It seems putting you in charge was the right decision after all.
Thank you, sir.
And this must be your strike team. Always a pleasure to see you.
Now that the Killiks are dealt with, what next?
But then we strike at House Ulgo itself. Thanks to all of you.
I owe you one. But right now, I've got reams of insect bioreadings to review and a lot of stimcaf to drink. So thanks.
I hope everything goes well. Be careful.
You too. This war's no good for any of us, and it's a long way from over.
Ulgo's forces are advancing, Lieutenant. You will hold that outpost, no excuses. Cressen out. A Jedi. Thank every star in the sky. Major Cressen, 1st Organa Regiment. I'm in charge of holding this area against the usurper who calls himself King Ulgo.
This usurper king of yours, who is he?
The reason Alderaan's at war. Ulgo violated our rule of succession, seized Alderaan's crown by force. All my forces are committed to holding back Ulgo's army, but an important mission has just come up. I need volunteers to invade an enemy stronghold and rescue one of my people.
I can't help unless you tell me everything, Major.
It's my daughter, Andra. She's been captured. Against my express wishes, she infiltrated the Ulgos, posing as a lowly servant girl. She thinks she's some kind of hero. A reckless little fool.
Your daughter is trying to help. What's wrong with that?
She's not a spy. She's a girl with delusions of heroism. 2 days ago, Andra transmitted an emergency alert. Ulgo jammed the frequency before she could reveal any information. I feared the worst, until my scouts picked up a distress call earlier today. It's a signal from Andra. She's alive.
The Force is with her, and now so am I.
You don't know what that means to me, Master Jedi. I've already lost Andra's mother and brothers to this war. If you save her, this recklessness must end. She won't listen to me, but you might convince her to abandon her foolishness. I'll reward you for that favor.
One mission objective at a time, Major.
Yes, of course. Andra's signal came from the estate of House Rist, not far from here. That filth Ulgo must have turned my daughter over to the Rist assassins for torture.
Are Rist and Ulgo allies?
They support Ulgo's claim to the throne. In return, he pays them to do his dirty work. Assassinations, torture, sabotage. Please get Andra away from those filthy killers. Good luck.
That's far enough. One more step and the girl dies.
Oh, you're in trouble now. Told you I had powerful friends. The Jedi Council and I go way back. Nice to see you, Padawan.
Are you doing all right?
I could use a bath, but otherwise I'm great. You?
I don't care who you are. You invaded the sovereign territory of House Rist and murdered its people.
Such compliments are hardly necessary.
By all the... You're as insane as she is.
Congratulations, idiot. You're about to die.
Not before I end your life. Guards!
Sorry about all the nonsense before. I had to keep that flunky off guard. Nice bit of rescuing, by the way.
That flunky almost killed you.
Please, I had everything under control. Glad to see Father got my signal. Escaping by myself would have been a bother.
What did you find out from spying on Ulgo?
Oh, nothing. Just Ulgo's top secret plans to destroy House Organa. Here, take this. Give it to my father immediately. No time to explain, he'll understand. I'll find my own way out. My cover with Ulgo may be blown, but I can still be useful inside House Thule.
Next time, try not to get captured.
I'd better go. That chaos you caused won't cover my escape forever.
May the Force be with you, Andra Cressen.
Likewise, Master Jedi. Thanks again for the assist. Get that datapad to my father on the double. Lives are at stake.
I see you made it back. Andra sent me a disheartening communication. Some nonsense about spying on House Thule. Stubborn girl escapes one disaster and rushes off to another.
Your daughter is brave and strong. Give her some credit.
I don't want her brave and strong. I want her safe and secure. Andra mentioned she gave you a datapad. Said it was important. Let me have a look. I recognize these coordinates. And that date. Blast Ulgo. How is he always a step ahead of us?
What's the situation?
Unless you help me, House Organa's mission here is doomed. Listen carefully. An armored column is coming to reinforce our position. King Ulgo has learned of our plans. He hired Rist saboteurs to destroy the armored column before it arrives.
Tell your armored column to turn back.
I can't. They're moving through enemy territory on comm silence. By the time I can reach them, it will be too late. The Rist saboteurs set up camp in some nearby caverns next to a bridge. They'll demolish the bridge as the armored column crosses it. We'll lose everything unless you destroy the saboteur camp immediately.
I'm going to do some real damage.
Kill them all, but do it fast. You saved House Organa's mission here. If I had a medal, I'd pin it right on you.
It's enough to know I protected House Organa from harm.
You honor us, Master Jedi, and we won't forget it. One thing's certain, we can't afford another incident like this. It's time to implement new security protocols. If only Andra were here. Thank you again for all you've done. Goodbye.